Hey guys, so again, thought I'd do another tutorial. I thought I'd do What I Go to School For by Busted, and I know, cheesy song, old song, I don't care. It's actually quite a fun one to play on guitar, I think, and it's quite good. It's got quite a few different chord progressions, but not too many different chords. So yeah, I just think it's a really good song to learn. You'll need capo on 2 for this. You'll need 5 different chords. The chords you'll need are G, A minor, C, D, and an E minor. So I'll go through how to play those. So if you already know, skip ahead. If you don't, keep watching. So high E string, string 1, low E string, string 6. To play a G, you want your first finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and your 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Okay. A minor, you will want your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. To play a C, again you want your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. To play a D, you want your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then an E minor, you want your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Okay, so those are all the chords you're going to need. G, A minor, C, D, and E minor. So chord progressions for this. You have one chord progression which is for the intro, and it's also in between the first chorus and the second verse. Then you have a different chord progression for the verse, a different chord progression for the chorus, and a different one for the bridge. So like I said, there's quite a few different chord progressions, but it's only the 5 chords. So for the intro, the chords you need are the G, A minor, and C. Now that is pretty much how you play the intro. To play it in between, you strum it a bit more, but for the intro, it is literally just and then into the song. So the G is held for 4 beats, and then the A minor and C are for 2 each. And then into the song. So for in between, you sort of play it. So down, 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 down. So you don't need to change the strumming pattern because of these only being 2 beats each. You can use the same strumming pattern that you use for the G, but just squeeze 2 chords in there. So down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. So yeah, so that's the intro and the little bit between the chorus and the verse. So the chord progression you need for the verses is G, D, E minor, and C. So for the verses, that chord progression repeats 4 times. Now for the first 3 times it's exactly the same. There's only a minor difference at the end of the 4th one, but it's sort of, you don't have to make it different, it just sounds really cool if you do. So it's Same strumming pattern, I think. So yeah, I want to practice that a bit slower. Down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. So yeah, that is it for the verse. So the difference with the last one is it sounds better if you just hit, and then stop. So for the last C, you just and then it goes into the chorus. So that's where it's I drop a pencil on the floor. So it's I drop a pencil on the floor. She bends down and shows me more. That's what I go to school for. So just hit that 3 times and then stop. That sounds pretty cool. So then different chord progression again now for the chorus. The chords you'll need for this are G, C, E minor and D. So it's the same chords, just a different order. You repeat that twice and then you have C and D. So this again is the same pattern. That's what I go to school for. The idea, but difference is then straight after that it's what I go to school for. Yeah, so it's again the same for the C, but the D just hit it 3 times again, like you did at the end of the verse, just and stop, and then you carry on. So if I just sing along the end of that chorus, that's what I go to school for. Though it is a real bore, girlfriends I have plenty, and I'm like Miss Mackenzie. That's what I go to school for. That's what I go to school for. So yeah, there's the little interlude bit, and then it goes into another verse, then another chorus in the exact same way. But yeah, you can still hit in the same way if you want for the second chorus, and then it goes into the bridge. Now the chords you need for the bridge are E minor, D, C, and then A minor. You repeat that twice, and then again you've got the E minor, D, and C. You don't do the A minor on the third repeat, but you hold the C for a bit longer, and then it will go into another verse. So yeah, this one is again held for the same. Everyone that you teach all day knows you're looking at me in a different way. I guess that's why my marks are getting so high. So yeah, same strumming pattern all the way through. But for the last C, it's quite strange how it sounds in that. It doesn't quite carry on with the normal strumming pattern. It sort of hits it a few times. So just hit it a few times, build up to the next verse, which is exactly the same as the other ones, and then another chorus, which the only difference with this is at the end when it says that's what I go to school for, it does the C, it does everything else the same except the C and the D, which are a lot quieter. I think you just strum each of them once. So it's, that's what I go to school for, and then that's what I go to school for, and end on a G. So that's it, that's the last chord, just ends on a G, and that is the entire song. So I think, yeah, that's the whole song. So thanks for watching.